Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into some pretty striking new research.
Yeah, it's about omega-3 fatty acids, something really fundamental.
Exactly. And it looks like there's a massive global shortfall, which, well, it has some serious health implications.
It really does. Omega-3s, they're just vital. Think cell function, eyes, brain, energy.
Heart health too, right?
Absolutely, cardiovascular, endocrine systems, the works. And the key thing is our bodies, they just can't make enough. We have to get them from our diet.
Okay, so that's the setup. Our mission today is really to get into this new study from Case Western Reserve University, understand the scale of this deficiency and, what it actually means for you.
And the scale is, well, it's quite something. The lead researcher, Timothy Cicielski, published this in AJPM Focus just recently, March 28th, 2025.
And the headline finding?
A staggering 85% of the world's population isn't getting enough omega-3s.
85%. That's almost everyone.
It is. It's a huge majority.
So what's going on? Why such a massive gap?
Well, the study points heavily towards environmental factors, things like rising ocean temperatures, overfishing, and pollution. They're all hitting the omega-3 supply in our food.
So the sources are becoming contaminated or just less available?
Both, really. Cicielski actually said, and this is quite direct, our current food systems are not providing enough uncontaminated omega-3, and our access is expected to decrease in the near future.
Wow, that sounds pretty bleak.
It's a serious concern, like a tap slowly being turned off for this essential nutrient.
Okay, so bringing it back to the individual listening right now, why is this deficiency something you really need to pay attention to?
Because it's not trivial. Lacking enough omega-3 is directly linked to increased risks for, a whole range of major health problems.
Like what specifically?
We're talking about issues related to chronic inflammation. So think increased risk of heart disease, certain types of cancer, problems in pregnancy like preterm birth, and even links to some mental health conditions. Omega-3s help manage that inflammation.
So not getting enough basically leaves you more vulnerable.
That's a good way to put it. And it ties into how our diets have changed, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, the balance of fats.
Exactly. Historically, human diets had a much better balance between omega-3s and another type, omega-6s. But modern industrialized diets, they're often packed with omega-6s.
How much more?
Sometimes around 20 times more omega-6 than omega-3. It completely throws off the body's balance.
20 times. So that imbalance actually makes it harder for the omega-3s we do get to work properly.
Precisely. It interferes with how omega-3s are used. It's like adding static on the line.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there any positive angle here? Any populations doing okay?
Yes, there is a bit of a silver lining, or maybe a clue. The study found about 15% of countries do have sufficient levels.
And what's the common factor there?
Primarily access to the oceans and diets richer in seafood.
So it really highlights the importance of, healthy oceans and sustainable fishing.
Absolutely. It connects our nutrition directly back to environmental health. Protect the source.
So it really goes beyond just individual dietary choices, doesn't it? It sounds like a systems issue.
It really is. Cicielski calls it a public health and environmental challenge. He stressed that everyone should have the right to uncontaminated omega-3s.
Uncontaminated being key there.
Very key. And he added, these are important questions that require our collective attention and action. It's bigger than just popping a supplement, though that might be part of an individual strategy. It's about the whole food system and the environment.
Right. So let's just quickly summarize. We've got this major global omega-3 shortage, like 85% of people affected. It's driven by environmental issues impacting our food supply and also by this omega-6 imbalance in modern diets.
And this shortage is directly linked to higher risks for significant health problems because omega-3s are so fundamental.
It really underscores how our personal health is tied up with the planet's health.
Definitely. They're not separate issues.
So the final thought we want to leave you with today is this. Knowing there's this widespread deficiency and knowing the health stakes are quite high, what are the most practical, accessible steps you could take to make sure you're getting enough of these essential nutrients?
And perhaps thinking bigger, too. What kind of societal shifts, what changes to our food systems or environmental policies might be needed to tackle this challenge on a global scale?
Definitely some important things to consider. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.